EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Robbie Gould's got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for James Conner, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play fake. Murray. It's caught on the right side. Williams. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. This defense for the Niners, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And a good welcome for a guy who had some great years as a 49er, Andy Lee, on to kick it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Niners at 9-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. And Lance going to throw. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Right, 97. Slide 2. Ready?
Lance now on first down. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check, seal.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now Lance on the bootleg. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cards are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Murray going to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready, set. Hey.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Let's go now. Hut, hut. Hey, go Fury. Set, hut.
They run over center with Mitchell. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Ultra, ultra. Hut, hut.
On the counter, Mitchell. And some room to work. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down. Murray now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
From midfield, here's Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Hey! Ultra! Go ultra! Hurry! Hurry! Stay!
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready?
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And Lance now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lance. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Mitchell. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Elijah Mitchell. his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. A solid stiff arm. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see him really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Prater's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And he finds Tyler Croft. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the 44, Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A give here to Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Play action. Now it's Lance. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
As largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
From the 2 now, second and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, the 20, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Arizona. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because
and trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a run now with Kittle. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 104 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Lance getting this out wide to Ayuk. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 15 now. Lance. That is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Lance. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returning it is Moore. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Swings this out for Hunt. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. Now Murray off play action. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Murray now to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. He's got room at the 30. A huge play there for Arizona. 54 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. A give right side now to Hunt. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Again, it's Hunt. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kareem Hunt taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cardinals have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Let's go. Hey, cross field.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Lance with a tap forward on a jet sweep.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From just shy of midfield, Lance. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here we go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Check you.
Throwing now is Lance.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
He got 29 yards that time.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here's Murray.
He's got the connection to Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. This will be caught by Brown. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Murray to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Extra point good by Prater. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The last series for a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Lance. Finding Samuel. Oh, but he can't get out of bounds. He'll have the 1st down, but he's brought down in play.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lance back to throw.
And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Ready.
Lance looking to throw.
Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field.
Now Lance.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Cardinals have just about sewn up this football game.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.
So for Arizona,
the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the 49ers,
it could be a potentially devastating loss as they finish with a mark of 9-8.
But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure.